Okay, the next point, float. Okay, in the after that portion, this portion, up to this portion, it is the collection portion, is it? And after that, there is a separating wall, and then it is pump is constructed over here, and this pump is pumping the sewage from that sump well, and it will be operated with the float operating switch, and through this again here sluice valve is provided. What is the use of sluice valve? We have discussed. The sluice valve is nothing but the valve which is provided to control for the fully open or fully closed purpose. We can use the sluice valve. Then this is the rising wing, and then the outlet or high level sewer. What example I had given? So this is the Gopalpur village where we are collecting the entire sewage from the Pandharpur city, and this is the sewage treatment plant which is established at the high level. Is it? So is it possible to flow it by the gravity? No, it is not possible. Then why we should provide these many arrangements here? Because it will create the problem to the pump. Breakdown of pump is possible because of presence of non-constant flow rate or the grids present in the sewage or the larger size particles present into the sewage. So that's why this arrangement we have to make before the pumping, and then we can pump it and we can send it for the treatment plant, sewage treatment plant, SWT. Okay. Now in the second chapter, here I declare the first chapter is over, and from this moment, as I told you, first movement, remember one thing. So this is a tap, is it? And from that tap, once the waste water is dropping into your sink, from that moment, your sanitary sewerage system is started, is it? Up to this, it is a water treatment plant or the water supply scheme is working. Water supply system is working. Once the water is dropping into this sink, from that moment, it is starting considering the sanitary sewerage system. Now, here we have collected entire sewage. Up to this, we can say collection work. Up to this, we can say it is a collection work. Now, up from this point, we can say treatment work starts. In a second chapter, we are going to study about the treatment work. Is that clear to all? Okay, is that clear to all? Do we need to discuss anything more? Do we need to discuss anything more, or shall we start the second chapter? You can watch this figure. I have opened a chat box for the discussion. If you don't want to discuss anything, I will start the second chapter. And those who have not submitted the test, please submit it. Are we covered? I don't get revise design of sewerage. hydraulic design of circular sewer. You want to revise it? Do you want to revise the hydraulic sewer? Okay, thank you. I will. Shall I go for the equation or one design problem? Equation, na? Derivation, I should go for concept and derivation. Yeah, sure. Thank you. I will stop sharing this and then we'll go to that. Okay. As per request from you people, I am revising this point. I will explain it one second. Hydraulic design of sewage. So what we have studied under the hydraulic design of sewerage system. From current slide. Okay. So maximum and minimum velocity and hydraulic characteristics of circular sewer when it is running full and when it is running partially full. Okay. So why should take care of the maximum and minimum velocity of in a sewer? It is not like this. You have to design the separate sewer for the maximum velocity of flow and separate sewer for the minimum velocity of flow. Both the things you have to take care in a one sewer line, is it? So that's why the sewage contains particles. So maximum and minimum sewers. So I discussed with you, in a sewage there are the suspended particles are present, heavier particles are present, debris particles are present. It may get settled down in a sewer line itself, and which will reduce the velocity of flow, and finally it will resulting in the clogging of sewer. Once the sewer is getting blocked, the entire sewage will move back in a back direction, is it? So it will create the unhygienic environment in the society. So blockages should not be happen. So for that purpose, we should worry about the minimum velocity of flow, and that minimum velocity, self-cleansing velocity. Self-cleansing velocity and minimum velocity are very important to avoid the silting of sewer. म्हणजे पार्टिकलचं सेटलिंग जे सीवर मध्ये होते ते अवॉइड करण्यासाठी we should take care of the self-cleansing velocity. Is it? Then the flow velocity that I have discussed, I think I need not read it once again. Then how to calculate the minimum velocity of flow? I told you this formula you can use directly, that is root 8k upon f into rho s minus rho upon rho into g into ds. Is it? So d is the diameter, ds is the diameter of spherical particles. Usually in the sewage we are considering the spherical particles. Then the maximum velocity of flow. Why should worry about the maximum velocity of flow? It may cause erosion, erosion of the inner diameter of the pipe, inner side of the pipe. The inner wall of the pipe should be smooth, because it is affecting on the that En factor, is it? So that's why it should be smooth. And if there is the maximum velocity is very high continuously for a longer period in a day, at that time the particles present in a sewage will keep on abrasing, keep on striking upon the inner wall of the inner wall of the sewer, and it will create the abrasion or erosion of the inner side of this pipe. So that's why we have to worry about the maximum velocity of, means both the factors we have to take it into consideration while designing the sanitary sewer line. Minimum velocity of flow as well as maximum velocity of flow. Okay. Then maximum velocity of flow is also known as the non-soaring velocity of flow. Then I will come to the point that hydraulic characteristics of circular sewer when it is running full, and another condition is when it is running partially full. Okay, hydraulic when it is running full, that we will see first. In that case, circular sewer is shown here. So it is having the capital D as the diameter of the sieve. So when it is running full, that entire will be in a consideration. So this part is not required. So simply you can determine cross-sectional area A is equal to pi by 4 into D square. Weighted perimeter, as entire perimeter is coming into picture, we can calculate simply with the help of formula P is equal to pi into D. Then hydraulic mean depth we can calculate with the help of A upon P, that is A is the pi by 4 D square, P is the pi D. Then we can find out the equation for RMD as D by 4, capital D by 4. Okay. So this is these are the equations when the circular sieve is running full. Okay. Now, when circular sieve is running partially full, in that condition, what will be there? What will be the situation? So full, when it is running partially full, so here I have taken one depth. One second. So this much depth, sorry, I will use another pen. So this much depth we have taken. आता हे एवढीच डेप्थ का घेतली तर it is possible to find out the various parameters, small d or theta or this. We can change the depth. It may here, it may here, it may here. Okay. So once you get the equations, you can calculate any kind of depth anywhere. Okay. Then this theta. So when it is partially full condition, we have taken only this. So this we have noted with a small d as the depth of the flow. Then this is the central angle we have created by connecting these two lines, and this angle we have given the notation theta. So absolutely this will be d by 2 because it is entire is the d. So from that point to this point it is d by 2. Here also it is d by 2. Here also it is d by 2. Okay. Now what we did, we have decided to find out first factor, and that factor is nothing but small d. That is this small d. So how to calculate? Cos theta by 2. Cos, here is the theta. Cos theta by 2. Suppose this is the cos theta by, this angle we are considering cos theta by 2. Cos theta by 2 in the sense CB. Is it? Sorry, OC divided by D by 2. OC divided by OB is there. Or instead of that, I have written directly D by 2. OC divided by D by 2. So what is that OC? This OC is nothing but D by 2 minus small d. Is it? That OC is nothing but complete D by 2 minus this small d. Is it? So this OC we have calculated here. Then cos theta by 2 is equal to, we have kept that value of OC here, D by 2 minus D upon D by 2. Okay. D by 2 minus, from that we can further calculate D by 2 in minus D into cos theta by 2 into D by 2. So this we have taken to this side and this we have taken to this side. So small d, it is a minus. It is a minus, and minus d is equal to cos theta by 2 into D by 2 minus D by 2 will be there. Is it? So instead of that, we have changed the signs of all these parameters. So I have written here small d is equal to D by 2. D by 2 minus, that's minus sign will go to this term. Is it? So cos theta D by 2 into cos theta by 2. From that we have calculated, we have derived formula for the small d, and that is nothing but D by 2 common. We have taken it here common, D by 2 into bracket 1 minus cos theta by 2. Is it? Then we'll go to the next. Okay, now we have decided to go for finding out the area, small a area. कशाचा एरिया काढायचा आपल्याला? या पोर्शनचा एरिया काढायचा आहे. कुठल्या पोर्शनचा? जेवढी डेप्थ आहे तेवढाच एरिया काढायचा आहे आपल्याला, बरोबर आहे. नाउ यू कॅन फाइंड आउट एरिया ऑफ दिस पोर्शन ओनली, स्मॉल a, is it? Area of this portion. Now how to calculate the area of this portion? We can calculate area of this portion by writing pi by 4 into d square into theta upon 360. आता इथं फक्त थोडंसं लक्ष द्या की हे व्हॅल्यू कशी काढलेली आहे. तुम्हाला एनोटेट चेंज करताना सारखं ते स्विच ऑन व्हावं लागतं. ओके, आता हा स्मॉल एरिया हियर वी हॅव कन्व्हर्टेड इट इनटू सेक्शन, आणि मग सेक्शनचा एरिया कसा काढतो आपण, पाय बाय 4 डी स्क्वेअर इंटू थिटा बाय 360. बरोबर आहे का. कुठल्याही सेक्शनचा, एखाद्या सर्कलमध्ये जर सेक्शन जनरेट झाला आणि त्या सेक्शनचा जर एरिया काढायचा असेल तर कसा काढतो आपण, पाय बाय 4 डी स्क्वेअर इंटू थिटा बाय 360. ओके, दिस इज स्टँडर्ड मॅथ्स इक्वेशन. देन but we don't want to calculate the entire area, is it? We don't want to calculate the entire area. This area we can calculate with the help of small a is equal to formula pi by 4 into d square into theta by 360. But we don't want this area, is it? We want only, okay, we are not required this part. Okay, we want only this part. So we can subtract from this entire area. This area can be subtracted. So this entire area is nothing but pi by 4 d square into theta by 360. Now we will from that entire term we can subtract this area. How to subtract that area from the entire term? See here. We can subtract here by these two triangles. Okay, now these two triangles are nothing but d by 2 into cos theta by 2 into d by 2 into sin theta by 2. These two triangles, above triangles are there, that we have subtracted from this equation, is it? Now pi by 4 d square into theta by 360 minus d square by 4 into cos theta by 2 into sin theta by 2, is it? Now we have taken common the term that pi by 4 into d square into bracket, is it? So this term we have taken common. So what is remained here? Only theta by 360 minus, okay, minus. From this also we have removed pi by 4 d square. इथं pi आहे का? नाही आहे. So d square by 4 we have taken it common, but pi also we have taken common, and here pi is in a numerator, so we need to add it in a denominator. So I have kept it here. So what is this? Cos theta by 2 into sin theta by 2 divided by pi. So this is the equation. Okay. Now next point. So pi by 4 d square into bracket theta by 360 minus sin theta by 2 into 1 upon pi. 1 upon pi as it is we have kept. But we know one more equation in a trigonometry, and that trigonometric equation is nothing but cos theta by 2 into sin theta by 2 is equal to sin theta by 2. बरोबर आहे. इथं कसं वेगळ्या पद्धतीने लिहिलंय, थीटा बाय 2 आहे हे. इट इज कंप्लीट डिवाइडेड बाय 2 फॉर दिस कंप्लीट टर्मिनोलॉजी. आर यू गेटिंग? So cos theta by 2 into sin theta by 2 is equal to sin theta by 2, and 1 upon pi is as it is. So we can rewrite this equation theta upon 360 minus sin theta upon 2 pi. Sin theta upon 2 pi. Okay, up to this is the equation for small a area. For only which area we have derived now? This area we have derived. Okay, only that, not that triangle. Excluding triangle, that trigonometry, excluding triangle, only this depth area we have derived. Okay, understood up to this? Now we'll go to the next point. Now weighted perimeter. Weighted perimeter in the sense which weighted perimeter will come into picture? Only this portion will come into picture up to this. Okay. So in a earlier, when it is running full, at that time we have taken into consideration the entire perimeter, and that was calculated P is equal to pi into D. But does it coming into picture entire area now, entire perimeter? No, it is not coming into. हॅलो, अरे माझा लेक्चर चालू आहे, मी तुला फोन करते 12 नंतर. Okay, now we were talking about the weighted perimeter. Okay, now what is the weighted perimeter in partially running full? Only this much part. If it is running up to this much depth, if it is running up to this much depth, in that case it would have been considered this as the weighted perimeter. But now only this much will be the weighted perimeter. So how to calculate that weighted perimeter? That weighted perimeter can be calculated with the same formula which is being used for the section, that is pi d into theta upon 360. Pi d is the perimeter's standard equation into theta upon 360. Okay. So here I have written weighted perimeter is equal to pi d into theta upon 360. Then we can calculate the proportional perimeter. Proportional perimeter is equal to small p upon capital P. Is it? Small p, we have, we know pi d into theta upon 360. And what is the capital P? Capital P value is the pi d. So pi d gets cancelled, and only theta upon 360 for the proportional perimeter is remained. Okay, now the next we'll concentrate towards the hydraulic mean depth. Hydraulic mean depth, small r is equal to small a upon small p. Is it? Hydraulic mean depth here, only small a. Small a is the wetted area and small p is the wetted perimeter. Only that is coming into picture. So what is the formula for the small a? It is pi d square upon 4 into theta by 360 minus sin theta upon 2 pi. That we have solved in the earlier slide. Then formula for P is the wetted perimeters is the pi d into theta upon 360. Okay. Now R, value of R we can calculate. Here also pi gets cancelled. D square and D gets cancelled. Only D by 4 is remained here. And then theta upon 360 gets cancelled. So that value becomes a 1 minus sin theta up into 360. That 360 will go up. So sin theta into 360 upon 2 pi, and that theta will come here, 2 pi theta. So that final equation for hydraulic mean depth when the sewer is running partially full, at that condition R is equal to D by 4 into 1 minus 360 sin theta upon 2 pi theta. Is it? Then the proportional hydraulic mean depth is equal to small r upon capital R. Is it? Now small r we have calculated recently here, and capital R, value of capital R is the D by 4 only. So that D by 4 and value of D by capital R will get cancelled. So the equation for small r upon capital R will be only this part. What is that part? 1 minus 360 upon 2 pi theta. Only this much will be the hydraulic mean, proportional hydraulic mean depth, that is small r upon capital R. Okay, then we have gone for the velocity of flow. V is equal to 1 upon n into r raised to 2 by 3 into s raised to half is the Manning's equation for finding out the velocity of flow. Okay, if it is for the running condition, capital V is equal to 1 upon capital N into R, capital R raised to 2 by 3 into capital, or there will not be the change in S formula. Why not? Because slope is remaining constant. It will not change for the sewer, entire sewer, though it is running full or though it is running partially full. S will remain constant. So that S notation we are not changing. Then the Manning's constant coefficient we can take and we can assume that it is a 1 and equal. Let me. Then in that case, proportional velocity we can calculate small v upon capital V is equal to capital N upon small n, because small v is the 1 upon small n and capital V is equal to 1 upon capital N. So that n upon n, it becomes a capital N upon small n into r raised to s is getting cancelled because slope remains constant in both the condition. So that is not, that will get cancelled. Then small r upon capital R raised to 2 by 3 will be the equation for finding out the proportional velocity. And if we consider, if we assume that n upon n is equal to 1, in that case, small v upon capital V is equal to small r upon capital R raised to 2 by 3. And we have derived the equation for small r upon capital R in an earlier slide, and that is nothing but 1 minus 360 sin theta upon 2 pi theta raised to 2 by 3. Okay, now we'll derive the equation for discharge. Discharge is equal to small q is equal to small a into small v. Again here we have assumed n upon n is equal to 1. Then the proportional discharge will be small q upon capital Q, and value of q is nothing but a into v. So small a into small v upon capital A into capital V will be the proportional discharge. In that case, we have separated it out. Small a upon capital A will be remain separate value, and v upon v. Earlier we saw what is the v upon v. It is the equation that is r up, small r upon capital R raised to 2 by 3. Is it? So that a upon a, sorry, q upon q will be is equal to small a upon capital A into r upon small r upon capital R raised to 2 by 3. Okay. Now small q upon capital Q is equal to which value we have to take? Small q upon capital Q, small a upon capital A. So same here I have taken, we have already calculated for small a upon capital A, and that value is nothing but theta upon 360 minus sin theta upon 2 pi. And for small r upon capital R also we have calculated, and that is 1 minus 360 sin theta upon 2 pi theta, 2 pi theta raised to 2 by 3 as it is. Okay. Now here also we have calculated, it is further resolved, solved that equation and taken theta upon 360 common and determine the equation as 1 minus 360 sin theta upon 2 pi theta raised to 5 by 3. Is it? Someone has raised the hand. Prajakta, is there any question?
No, ma'am.
Okay, you have raised a hand. Okay. Then for variable values of n upon n, we can change that equation this way. जर n आपण इथं constant घेतला, n upon n 1 we have taken. जर त्या रनिंग फुल कंडिशन साठी n सेपरेट डिफरंट घेत असेल आणि रनिंग पार्शियली फुल कंडिशन साठी जर n डिफरंट घेत असेल तर त्या कंडिशन मध्ये इक्वेशन फॉर q upon q will be like this. That is n upon n into a upon a into r upon r raised to 2 by 3. Okay, do you understood this concept? Now you should once you will solve this equation by yourself, then automatically these equations you yourself will remember, and while solving the example what you need only the equations you should remember, formulas. Okay, for r upon r, for small r, for small a upon capital A, all this you are supposed to remember. Do you need anything else? Yeah, you are most welcome, Kakade, Kaude. Do you need anything more from this chapter? Or shall I declare that chapter is over? From any of the point you can ask, we can discuss, otherwise we'll close this chapter and we'll start the second chapter. I think 7 minutes are remain from this session. If you have any question, anybody? I will give 1 minute to think. ओके, गेट पॉइंट ऑफ व्ह्यूने जो बीओडीचा प्रॉब्लेम सॉल्व्ह केला तो जास्त महत्त्वाचा असतो आणि रेग्युलर युनिव्हर्सिटी एक्झामला या दोन्ही पॉईंटवरती तुम्हाला क्वेश्चन्स एक्झाम्पल्स विचारले जातात. I think no question from anybody, so I will close. Thank you. I declare here the chapter number 1 is over and you will submit me the assignments. Have you checked the assignment questions in the link? Today morning also, Jagdai sir provided you a link for the study material. You can go to that link. For each subject there will be a video lectures, there will be a study material as well as assignment questions. MCQs will be there, so you can study from that and you can write the assignment, and I will do provide the link where you are supposed to upload your assignment. Okay, don't send me through mail or WhatsApp. I will provide I will give you 1 week. Shall I? 1 week is sufficient to complete the first assignment. Okay, today is the 23rd. Okay, by 1st of August you will submit me. On or before 1st of August you are supposed to submit me the assignment number 1. So I will provide you the link where you are supposed to add your assignments. Okay, assignment you should write, scan it, convert it into PDF, upload to your drive, and that uploaded drive link you can send to me, then I will check. Okay, understood this process? If you try on your level best how to do this process, once again I will explain. Write the assignment, scan it, and upload it on the drive, your Gmail is there, no account is there, and on that drive you are supposed to you should upload it. And while uploading, after upload you can share it with me. It will ask whether you are supposed to want to share with anybody or not. Okay, or I will find some another issue, another provision that Google Classroom is also there, whether I'm able to understand that, then I will ask. So time being, you start writing assignment number 1. Okay, as there is no question, I will proceed for the next chapter. Good strength is there, but only 41 students submitted me the first class test. Tomorrow I'm going to flash the another class test, and then I will switch off, disconnect the links, will not allow to submit further. Okay, so today itself you submit your class test 1 for this subject. Okay, only 3 minutes are remained. Still, okay, we'll start. Okay, unit number 2. Title of that unit is the unit operations. Okay, so within 2 days, I will upload my assignment questions with respect to unit operations. Chapter number 2. Okay, unit operation, what is the syllabus? You can write down the syllabus for unit operations, please. Write down syllabus within 2 minutes. That is primary treatment, screening, communicating. Okay, write down this, please. Hello. Oh God. ठीक. हाँ ठीक. Hello. हो, आलं नाही ती लिंक. कदाचित ते शेड्यूल झालं नसेल लेक्चर किंवा नसेल आज लेक्चर. ठीक. Okay, primary treatment. In the primary treatment, what is there? There is a screening, comminuting, grit removal, oil and grease trap, chemical precipitation. Then the secondary treatment. In the secondary treatment is usually biological based treatment. In that, activated sludge process design and operating parameters of activated sludge process, modifications of activated sludge process, operational problems, then SBR, sequential batch reactor, and MBR, modular batch reactor, then trickling filter, then it's a classification, process design considerations, and then the last point in the unit operation is the secondary clarifications. Okay, so this much syllabus you are going to study under the chapter number 2, that is unit operations.